Good morning, CNG 132 online. Welcome to week 15. This will be our last, I should say, a week and a day. Uh, what we have this week is winding down with our course, risk mitigation, which has a fair amount to do with wrapping everything up and actually accepting, how much risk the organization is either willing to accept or maybe mitigate through a third party. We see how like disaster recovery plans, incident response plans, um, uh, disaster recovery plans. Did I say that? But we see how everything wraps up. Not disaster recovery plan. Um, Business continuity plan. There we go. How everything ties in together to keep the organization prepared for the worst. I think that's when the saying like expect the worst. Um, I forget where that track was going. Prepare for the worst. Yeah. I'm even forgetting that saying at this time. Um, but this is our end last week. We have the final and test for this week, so make sure to get those in. Um, be rehearsing Kaplan also, in remembering that the Kaplan exams, and a few of you reached out to me, the Kaplan exams are for the tests 1 and 4. Say you got a low score on either one, you do the Kaplan, prove um, by submitting your score of 70 or better in the assignments, and you drop that here right in the Kaplan submission, and then you get those tests boosted for that score. What else? The security policy. I thought I had a Dropbox for that. The security policy is another submission that you're working on this week. Make sure to get that in. Policy. And that's going to be your own take on basically two policies that you find uh, that you have interest in. There are a lot of security policies out there. Uh, remote accessing the network through remote access. Uh, what to do with passwords. There's a lot of security policies out there that define how IT should act. And once again, you can choose any one you want: network security, or there's remote access, there's wireless communication. Um, choose ones that you find you like, and then write your own security policy up. Um, if you copy and paste, say we look at PDFs don't work on this machine, but if you copy and paste, oh, there we go. The security policy, I will not accept it. That's not your work. Um, that goes into plagiarism, and especially I've seen it before a few times, where people just copy and paste it and they leave like company name in there. Once again, not your work. Gonna get reported to Front Range as plagiarism. Um, so make sure you writing this in your own type of format. Even just rewriting the sentences to a couple sentences is well enough. But look at the format here. Overview, purpose, scope, policy. Then it lists the policy, compliance, related standards, uh, definitions, and revision history. As long as you're making a policy that has those parts, you're good to go. It doesn't take a lot of time. This one should take you just a few hours, or not even a few hours, maybe an hour at best, to get that done. What else? Oh, this week I'm at the Boston Red Hat Summit, and last night when I got here, let's see, as I got here around 5:30. So at 5:30 and on, um, I started to see more um, Wi-Fi's. I guess I can click the bottom. More Wi-Fi start to pop up as I set in here, you know, and there's only a few now, which looks like they're the legitimate one. Um, Smith, maybe LAC, Home, FQ14E. But last night there was quite a few SSIDs that were they said people's names and hotspots, so I could assume they're like phones. But I was like, man, they're just giving all this information out there for free. And if I was a attacker coming to a conference like this, that's very large, um, would be a good place to just gather information because everyone's on hotspots, using their own name, uh, and just some of them were locked, some of them were open. So a huge security um, risks, or the many risks involved with having that. And that kind of goes into our end of our semester. Now that you guys have gone through the course, how are you going to use this information that you've accessed? How are you going to view the world now, and how are you going to when somebody hands you a USB, are you going to plug it right in your computer right away? Or are you going to try to come up with some sort of protection or ideas, methods, how to safely use that USB, um, or precautions to use that USB before you go throwing it in? This week, make sure to get the final in. Everything was due Monday night, 11:59. If you have any late assignments, I do take those up until Tuesday, um, about around 5 o'clock. That's actually the last time I do start grading too. So if you have any discussions, any projects to turn in, let's see, any other MindTap activities, make sure to get those in by Tuesday 5 p.m. Actually, that's Tuesday 5 p.m. is when I stop grading. So they should be in even before that. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out to me through I won't be at my desk phone this week. So if you do leave me a message, I am able to check it through emails, but I'm also not at my desk, so my email checking is much less for this last week. I'll do my best to check it at lunch at the convention, and then once again at dinner when I get back to the hotel. I'll do my best to check it again. But at these large conventions and conferences, kind of put on a different lens, I guess you'd call them. Look through it through like a security perspective. What exactly is going on. When I go register today, it's oh, my time's are. When I go register today, um, you know, they're supposed to have computers for demonstrations there, but exactly how secure are those computers? Are people going to be logging into their private accounts on the computers? I don't know. I don't know. But it's always something good to look at. So if you have any questions, reach out to me early. Um, Remember, Friday I'll be traveling back to Fort Colorado, Fort Collins. So that'll probably be a day event also. Um, but do try to reach out to me early this week so we can get you squared away. If you have any questions about your grades, once again, reach out. If you have any outstanding assignments, discussions, projects, essays, if I missed a grade, let me know so we can definitely get you the grade you deserve in case I made a mistake. Thanks. Have a good week.